focus more.
You have to have absolute focus.
Getting laser focused on something.
What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. My one word is believe, and I believe in you. I believe you have an amazing gift inside you that I want to see explode out onto the world. Now, I started the One Rule series because I watch a lot of top 10s. We make a lot of video content, and some of the rules come up over and over and over and over again. And so the goal with this series is to bring together some of the rules that keep coming up consistently and share it with you. So today we're going to learn how to get super focused. Enjoy.
When one looks at the crane, standing on one leg, completely focused into the waters, the crane with one pointed attention is looking at the waters as the fishes are swimming inside the waters. The crane will allow the small fish to swim around and not be satisfied with them. It'll allow the small fishes to go around and swim around. The crane will focus and wait for the big fish to come. If the crane settles with the small fish, it'll lose the big fish. And if the crane wants the big fish, it has to allow the small fish to pass by and go around. Similarly in life, when we want to focus on what is important, we should allow the small things to pass by. We shouldn't be distracted by the little things. Sometimes there'll be interpersonal issues and conflicts. Sometimes there'll be some health crises. Sometimes there might be a financial crisis. So many things keep happening in life. Let the small things pass by and focus on what's important.
I always talk about deliver platitudes on never be a quitter. Platitudes like,
yes, we can, and yes, we will.
But I have an admission. I have something that I recently kind of quit, like I gave up on, threw in the towel, and didn't finish. Let me explain. So I made this video yesterday. I think it was okay. Like, it wasn't bad, but as I was watching it back this morning and about to upload it, I realized that it wasn't good either. It felt rushed and so I'm bringing up this failure, this quitting. I'm bringing this up to you now because, I don't know, giving up on that video made me realize that I need to focus more on my YouTube videos. You know, my head's been really focused on Beam and on family and all these other things happening in my life. But I still get all these crazy ideas, and instead of investing a bunch of time to realize those ideas like I used to, I try to rush them, and it always leaves me with something that's unsatisfactory. So I'm just bringing all this up to you now to let you know I'm gonna be giving my videos more focus and more attention, because this is kind of the only thing that gives me a tremendous sense of fulfillment in my career, kind of in my life, beyond family and stuff. And I miss that. I wanna get back to that.
My life changed a couple years ago when I discovered something called the progress principle. It is a principle that was written about in the Harvard Business Review. It's based on a tremendous amount of research done by a professor over there. And what she determined is that people that feel happy and successful and fulfilled by their lives and work, they all have one thing in common. They feel as though they're making progress on something that matters. So I read this little bit of research and I started applying it to my life. And what I do, as stupid as this sounds, it really works. I don't focus on balancing everything. I focus on just making sure that I make progress on one thing a day. That's right, you heard me. One thing a day that matters to me. Now, if I can make progress on one thing a day that matters to me, then I can let go and let the rest of my day get hijacked by kids, by spouse, by phone calls, by emails, by social media, by all kinds of things that come up and tend to hijack your day when you're a busy person, when you have a family, when you're married, when you got a lot going on. And so by focusing on one thing a day, I feel the sense of control and the sense of progress that science tells us will make you happy and make you feel more confident and actually make you more effective at getting things done. It also frees me up to be more present with my kids.
Kobe Inc. and this venture capital firm are a lot to take on. Other things, it seems like kind of each of your vehicles maybe has a specific purpose. Are there other areas and things that you're looking at and want to pursue?
Well, no, it's pacing, right? Because there's certain things that we want to get to, but we have to pace those out because we have to have absolute focus on a few of those things, right? The Bryant Gaur Fund and the stories that we are creating, right? I mean, those are our two lenses right now. There are other things that are going to come, but that's way down the road. We have to have a very, very sharp lens because we can do so many things. I mean, that's the hardest part.
Right.
When we first started it is, you have so many people coming from different angles and different points of view, and you can do this, you can do that, and a lot of them are very lucrative offers, but they're small window opportunities. And the hardest part's been pushing those to the side and going for things that have a much, much longer tail, which is risky, but what are you gonna do? I think that's the best way to go about it.
Your chances of success go up in direct proportion to your ability to, 1, pick the right things to work on, and then 2, focus on executing those things. It's so easy as an entrepreneur to get distracted. We love shiny objects, right? We love dreaming up new ideas and chasing these different projects. But if you look at a typical entrepreneur, you'll see that so many of their projects start and stop and start and stop, and you take something 10% through or 50% through or sometimes even like 80% through, but unless you're willing to take it to 100, you're not gonna get the results. You're not gonna get the fruit of your labor because you're just planting a whole bunch of seeds constantly, but you're never taking care of that seed. You're never watering it, right? If you want to grow a plant, you got to plant the seed, you got to care for the soil, you got to add nutrients, you got to water it daily, it's got to have enough sunshine. You got to look after that seed, where most entrepreneurs, they don't. They're starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping, and you never actually get to where you want to go. People talk about diversification. You need to diversify, you need to diversify. And while that's really great as an investment strategy, if you don't know what you're investing into, it's good to have a big portfolio of different things so that if one thing doesn't do well, something else is doing well. But it really sucks as business advice. Because if you're trying to do 10 different things at once, they're all going to be mediocre. They're all going to be below average because you're going up against people who are doing that full time and have their focus on it. And so it's much better as an entrepreneur to, 1, pick the things that you want to focus on, right? And then 2, actually focus on it. Do that work. Andrew Carnegie was once the richest person in the world, and he had a great quote saying how he likes to put all of his eggs in one basket, and then you watch that basket carefully, right? It's only a major risk if you're not watching the basket. If you take your eye off the ball, you start looking elsewhere, and then something happens to your industry, right? And so being the expert, being the best at what you do will always yield more results, more value, more money to you than being okay at 20 different things. Be the best at one thing. Focus.
This question is from Froso Marinu on YouTube. When your home life is less than desirable, it's not where you want to be living, but you're trying to break out, how do you not let the chaos around you affect your vision and drive? So this is a framing question. So what you want to do, and this Tony Robbins asked this question, I think it's absolutely brilliant. How is the worst thing that ever happened to me the best thing that ever happened to me? So in your circumstance, how is being in a chaotic home life the best thing ever? Now I'll give you one example off the top of my head, and this is exactly why I play first-person shooters. Can you learn to stay calm in the chaos? Because my friend, I have the chills. If you can do that, it will serve you so well in every single area of your life, in a relationship, in business, if you want to be an athlete, if you want to play games, like whatever it is that you do, one of the things that you're going to have to become great at is letting all of the noise drift away into nothing and getting into laser focus on that thing that you're working on. Now, when I give advice like that to people, they think, well, how do I practice? The amazing news is the best thing that has ever happened to you is that you have a built-in way to do that. Your home life is mass chaos. So now you get a chance to practice. I have the chills. You get a chance to practice every day, tuning out the chaos and getting laser focused on something. That's framing. Now, there are other ways, but that one is so powerful that I will end it there. Focus on that. It is practice every day. Thank God you're living in this chaotic environment. Man, congratulations.
See, most people think success is a straight line. I'm going to get out of high school, I'm going to get a job, and everything's going to be fine. That's not how it plays out, folks, okay? This is how it plays out. Guy decides he wants something, and the line gets all squiggly. See, right now, a guy decides over the summer, hey, man, I'm going to get this job this summer, and I'm going to make some money this summer. And then he gets distracted by the first squiggly. I don't know what he's doing. He's squiggling off because he's not focused on his success. He squiggles. You ever use this term, squiggle? Yeah, man, I'm doing a squiggle. You know, I'm going to go out and hang out with the guys this weekend. It's a squiggle. It's off path, off purpose, off potential. And so he ends up in a bunch of loops over here. Most people get stuck in loops. I did it. When I got out of high school, I was in a lot of trouble. Didn't have any focus. Wasn't fulfilling my potential. Was distracted. Didn't have a coach. Didn't have an older brother. Didn't have a father. Lost. What am I doing? Okay, don't know where I'm going. I know I got this potential. It's sitting there inside of me. It's a little candle burning. I know it's there. I hadn't quite put it out when I was 20 years old. But it was low. Any of you ever been there? What am I doing every day, man? Why am I getting up every day? Why am I going to school? I didn't even know why I was going to school. I was just going to school. I was just doing school. I didn't even want to go to school. See, I'm squiggling around, okay? If you persist and stay focused and surround yourself with other people that persist and stay focused, who knows, maybe you'll come out the other end.
When I get to the courts, and, I have my bag and I'm wearing my hat and my hoodie, this is my office. Like, that's my workplace. And I'm laser focused. And I've had that. I mean, I think it's that mentality that whatever, I just have that tunnel vision, and that's how I go. And when I leave the courts, I got friends, family, jokes, fun. Like, when I get to my office, I close the door, and that's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
I really feel very fortunate to do the job that I do. I mean, my obsession has always been film, and so when I get a job, particularly a job as demanding and as great an opportunity as this one was, that always becomes my obsession. And while I was shooting this, there was never 1 second from the beginning to the end of production that wasn't dedicated directly to this. I mean, I switched my phone off, switched the computer off, and didn't have any technology, no distractions for 4 months. I didn't make a single phone call. I didn't send an email to anybody, like including my girlfriend. I just was very, very singular in my focus.
Bet she loved that, not hearing from you.
I've got a very, very understanding and supportive girlfriend.
I must say this, just a couple of weeks ago, I was in conversation with someone who is considered some kind of an expert on internet affairs and social media and all this. So he's been looking at our material in the YouTube and various other platforms, and I said, easily I can give you 50 times more than what is there. Just people work on all the thousands of hours of audio and video that's there in the archive. 50 times more in a year's time, we can multiply it by 50. That much material is there. He said, Sadhguru, already what is there here, you're throwing it all over the place, it's worth $1 billion. I said, see, what will I do with $1 billion? My interest is 7 billion people. I have no interest in $1 billion. What do I do with it? My interest is people.
Now, I've got a really special bonus rule with Will Smith that I think you're really going to enjoy. But before that, I want to know, what are you going to commit to? Commitment of the day. You just watch this video. Don't just watch another video. Make a commitment to change something in your business, your life, your schedule. What did you learn from this video, and what are you going to commit to changing right now? Leave in the comments below. I'm really curious to find out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love. I'll see you soon, and enjoy the bonus clip.
I've always been really product oriented. It's like, I want to win. When I do something, I want to win. I want it to be number one, and I want to smash it. And I had a period, I have a daughter now. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and she got me and shifted my focus from product to people. It took a couple of years, but as soon as I got knocked off of product and started shifting to people, the whole world opened up for me again, and acting opened up in a whole new way, to not go into day one of a movie trying to figure out what everybody has to do so we win, versus opening up and every person's a new, it's a whole new world.
Meaning the characters you play or the people you work with?
Both. Absolutely. You know, generally when I went into a product, when I went into a meeting with a director, my focus was, can this guy win? Can this girl win? And that it was a pathology that got broken for me a couple of years ago, and then releasing that and just wanting to connect with people and wanting to grow and wanting to get new ideas and have new experiences that don't have to have an outcome. It just opened up a whole new world for me, and I fell in love, and then I couldn't imagine what else I could do in acting that could add so much to my life other than acting.
Raise your standard.
Apple, at the core, its core value is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better.
Not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me.
I don't ever give up. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
Hey Believe Nation, if you want to see my all-time favorite top 10 rules of success, I have a very special secret video for you. These are the individual clips that I have personally learned the most from and applied to my life and my business. Check the link in the description for details.